Okay, I am doing the tutorial that I promised some people I would do. I decided to do it after the piece I did, Queen of Her Own Little World, with the mushrooms. And this is the image I used from Unsplash. I will have this in the links below. Everything will be in links below so that you can use whatever you'd like. I cut her out with these fine scissors. You really can't cut an image like this out with regular scissors. There's just too many little details you have to get around, so I'll provide a link for these. They're not expensive either. So we're going to be using, well, I'm using the Strathmore watercolor, 300 grams. So a piece of this out, and I always tape my work off, because if you don't, when you're using a lot of water, it can start buckling, and then you'll have to like flatten in between stages, or drying and flattening, and it's just a total pain. So if you have like a piece of cardboard, this is just stiff cardboard, or a board, anything that will just hold it firm. And I just use regular masking tape. I start at the top. And then I do the two sides. This kind of prevents it from getting wrinkled or anything. This is actually my second attempt at this. The first one did not go well. And I also, I can't find the original artwork. I've been losing things in my studio because I've been organizing and cleaning out, and it was here yesterday and I have no idea where it is, so I need to find it. Alright, so it's taped off and ready. I usually kind of have an idea, you know, where I'm going to put her. So I'm going to do a long straight skirt like I did in the other piece. I was thinking about using this pretty decoupage paper. I love these colors, and just to mix it up for me a little bit, I'm going to do it different. So I sprayed her before I cut her out with this Krylon matte finish fixative, because if you don't spray your image, when you go to seal her with the matte medium, you're going to get the ink is going to smudge on your nice crisp white paper, and it's going to be horrible, and you're going to want to cry. So make sure you seal her with a fixative. So I'm going to set her aside because I've been known to lose them and ruin them. So I just printed out this coloring page of just simple mushrooms to draw. And what I did, because the first time I videoed this it went horrible, is I did kind of a, this is so kindergarten, but I did a little plan of color, where I want the colors and kind of the shapes. So you might want to do something like this too, and just practice drawing them. They're really fun to draw. I'm not going to put the stems in until the end, unless I drip a couple. It just makes it easier once you have them all on to then figure out how you want to twine the stems in. So I'll have this in the links too if you want to do some practicing. The colors I'm going to be using, I'm going to use all acrylic inks for this, but you can use watercolor as well. So whatever is your preference, or whatever you have. I would suppose you could use watered down acrylics if you had like a professional grade. I haven't tried that, so I'm not sure how well it would come out. So I'm gonna be using the Daler Rowney FW olive green and Paynes gray from the Liquitex transparent set, I'm going to be using a little burnt umber, burnt sienna, and raw sienna. And then I'm going to use this Dr. Peach Martins Bora Blue. Wait, no, I'm not using Bora Blue. I'm using Aqua. Hold on. I'll be using this Aqua, which is my favorite Aqua to date. I don't really like this ink that much because it tends to be thick, or at least the set I got was, but the Aqua is fine, and it's one of my favorite colors. And I'm just gonna use a palette pad for my inks and some paper towels, have those close. I put a paper towel underneath, so if I want to drip at all, I'll have that there. I'm gonna be using this water brush. I have no idea where I got it, but you can get them anywhere. Just to do a little bit of detail off the mushrooms. Another thing I got that I love is the Daler Rowney FW Mixed Media Paint Marker, and you can put acrylic ink in this, which is awesome, and it works really well. So I'm going to be getting some more of these. And just some random brushes, a couple rounds, maybe an angle or a flat, and a fine, detail. We're gonna pencil in our mushroom plan very lightly before we get going. And then just using a kneaded eraser if we need to get some of the lead off so that we won't see it with the ink. So, all right, I'm gonna just start, and I'm gonna kind of go along with this plan that I figured. Kind of want her, I think, like here. I'm just put a little dot just to help me. So I'm gonna do, let me think. Something like that. And then I'm gonna do a big one. That. And then I'm gonna do one of these flat ones there. Am I making these big enough? I think I am. All right, and now I'm gonna do something like this here. I'm gonna do another kind of flattish one in the center. And I'm gonna do one down here. And then I'm gonna do some little ones here. Very scribbly. Nothing's perfect. And you can erase it and redo it. I'm gonna do some more little ones over here, just round. And then down here, I think I might just do some little flat ones. And then I think that this should go out. I kind of like them touching. That. And then, so how I made a mistake in the last one was the way I did the colors. And I did the orange one here, which was a mistake because it would have looked stupid to go straight down with the orange. It just would have been imbalanced, the piece. So that's why I kind of needed to make a color chart and think it out better. So I'm going to set her aside with the collage, and then I'm just going to use this kneaded eraser. And you just basically like dab. You don't use a soft pencil. You use a hard pencil so that it will erase easy. You just want to be able to see the faint lines. You can also think about maybe where you want to do some drips. I'm thinking I might let this brown one drip. I might let these guys drip. And then the rest we'll put in at the end. Okay. Let's get this one a little bit better. All right, so now on to inking. If you have any questions, just comment or reach out to me, message me on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll be happy to help you. So I always have 2 things of water, one for dirty and one to rinse for clean. The inks are really potent, so sometimes I need to replace the water a couple times. The inks are definitely stronger than watercolor. So just gonna get these in the water. And I dropped this the other day. I have been having this habit of not closing these, and I dumped the almost entire bottle. All I have is like a little bit left on the bottom, and this is one of my favorite colors, olive green, so I need more of that. So I'm just gonna dip into this. Oh, maybe it is. No, it's not. Get a little bit on there. Gonna get in there and get this green guy. I don't mind if there's some splatters. Actually, I love splatters, so I might just do them as I go along. Okay. Get a little bit more ink on. I'm gonna go in with the angle brush. Okay. I think I'm gonna take my fine liner and just kind of go to like a fun little round edge there. Okay. Now I'm going to do a mix of aqua and Payne's gray. Just a little bit of Payne's gray because it's really dark and a strong color. And I think I'll go in with the angle brush again. I don't mind that these bleed because the green is perfect with the aqua and the blue Payne's gray. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So bright. Add a little bit of the Payne's gray to the bottom. I think I am going to do a couple drops of Payne's gray where you just get it on your brush and just dab down. Oh, that's not wet enough. Hold please. And the other one I had a better mix of aqua and Payne's gray. And I'm not seeing that look yet. Close. Even there's a little bit of buckling, as you can see, because I've been using too much water. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cold. Now I'm going to take the water brush and take a little mix of the Payne's gray and the aqua and just kind of do some little lines. Coming down. You notice these in mushrooms, a little kind of like furry. Not furry, I don't know what they are. They're fun. Just gives it like a little bit more interest. Hopefully, can go in with the green, on top of the green. Big puddle there. Just, if you want to take a little bit of it up. And when that dries, I'm going to go back in and do some polka dots with the Paynes gray. Okay. So I'm going to do this one orange, and for the orange, I'm just going to use this burnt sienna, which works perfect. And I'm going to go use my angle brush. I seem to be having a better luck with my angle brush. Let's see how wet that is. This I think I'll just drop in. Kind of let it do its own thing. I think I might add a little brown to the bottom and then do those like squiggly lines. See how you can just use the dropper to kind of paint with. Ish. Ooh, that's a fun one. So I'm thinking about using this. I don't think that's what I... No, that's not cooperating. All right, so forget the pen for now. And I'm just gonna get a little burnt umber and go in. I gotta rinse this because it's like blue. Sort of the bottom. And just do these kind of wonky lines. Ooh. With ink, just like watercolor, you just kind of gotta let things happen. Can't always predict it. I like this one though. I like the orange and the brown. Oops, it's a little too orange. Doesn't match my other. I hope my head isn't like shoved in your face. Move a little orange over here. Okay. Because we're using acrylics with the water pen, you really have to scrub it good when you're done with dish soap and warm water. Okay, so I'm thinking brown here. I know I want to drip that though. I'm going to do the Paynes gray. I'm just wondering if it should be bigger. Or I could just add a bottom. That's what I'll do. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here for this guy. And do some, oops, I hope this is Paynes. Sort of let it dot. The wetter the paper is, the bigger your dots. And do you want this to come down? I think, yeah, maybe like over a little bit. At the bottom. Let that kind of bleed up a bit. I can see my pencil lines. Oh well. I'm trying to think if I like that. Or if I want it more solid. Well, I could always go over it, so. On to brown. I'm doing this one brown. The burnt umber. Which I have some over there. Get a little bit on my brush. The transparent drop really beautifully. I'm gonna go back in with that and drip it, because if I drip right now, it's gonna, unless I can dry that, take a little bit off so that it doesn't drip. All right. So, oops. I'm gonna pool some water right here so that I can cause a drip. Hopefully. That's the plan. And it's not working. There we go. Watch your skirt covers it up. I didn't think of that. I'm just gonna redo my dots. Brown. And now I want to get some yellow. Yeah, I think her skirt's gonna cover that. That's funny. Okay, so I'm gonna go down here and do the sky yellow with the transparent raw sienna. Thinking about doing like some little edges like the aqua one. See if it works. I was hoping it would like go down in there. See, even though it's taped down, it's still buckling a little. If my paper was a little bit better quality, it wouldn't. I mean, this is good paper, but it's not like the best of the best. Oh, they are kind of going down. So I'm just gonna kind of mix this up. If it tilted a little. There, kind of filled it out a little bit better. Add more. And I'm just gonna go a little bit more potent. I mean, polka dotted mushrooms are it, you know. All right, so I'm gonna do these little ones down here, green. I think they're almost like too small. I'm gonna erase those. And Go back to my olive. Oops. Oh well, whatever. I'm gonna drop a different color in with this. Maybe the aqua. It's a little bit. Stick on the bottom. Or just here and there. Got a little different color green. Actually, I don't know if I like that. Add a teeny bit of yellow. My brush is too dirty. And of course when we're done, like once we collage, and we'll do pen work on them, and that will really make them pop. These stripes, polka dots. Yeah, that's a good green. A little bit more, like a darker olive. Okay. Now, I went over a little too far on this one. So I just have to move that round one. I need clean water. It's getting bad. Alright, so I'm going to make these little balls orange. One over here. Sometimes you have to like tilt your head to see the water on the white paper. It's so hard to see. Yeah, that's cute. It's a pretty strong drip. All right, and then we'll bring the aqua and Payne's Gray back over to these little ones. I think I'm gonna make those bigger. Or I might try to make this one bigger. Let me try that. Without getting into the brown. Once again, I can't see what's what. Okay, and go into the panes. Yeah, that needed to be bigger. Well, I can also bring this one down so that it's a little bit bigger too. And with the pen, see if this works. Is it too wet? Not the pen. The water brush. Yeah, that's cool. Cool beans. Okay, now we'll do some more aqua. I'm wondering if I should just do a big one there. I feel like I made my mushrooms too small. I could be wrong though. I do think I did. All right, I'm gonna change this a little. Oops. Oops. Baby wipe. Oh well, no big deal. I like these. Maybe I could just make them bigger. Pencil it. Have like one, maybe even cut into this one. Oh, that's a weird one. I might need to fix that. Yeah, I gotta fix that. Back to aqua. So I basically use the wet and wet technique a lot. I don't mind that little brown is getting in there. I'm gonna mix the aqua and the Paynes gray. I think it's looking good. I want to do some splatters of Paynes gray, I think, yeah. I love splatters. Okay. All right, so I was thinking about going back in and doing some, I don't know if I want to do the Paynes gray dots because I have them here. Actually that, I kind of like how that looks. Maybe I'll do green dots. I was just thinking, and I thought that I would like to just add a little bottom to this one. Just to give it a little bit more height. There. I just did like a smudge over there. I don't even remember doing that. Just brightening it up a little. Okay. Now this has to dry, and then we'll collage, and then we'll do pen work. So I'll see you in a bit.